he's still worthy of it all.
Yeah.
Like, even if we never catch the fish, he's still worthy of going fishing for.
Yeah.
We stay stuck in cycles because we're unwilling to just stop and recognize what's happening around us, right? Like, we want God to bless what we're not willing to be disciplined to. What's going on, guys? I want to welcome you guys to another episode here where I have a guest with me, and I'm going to introduce him in a second. But today our topic is going to be faith and fishing. Okay, so with me here I have a future pastor, a leader within my church, a young, fiery soul, works with media, sound, the next generation. He's also my cousin. I have Elijah here with me, and I'm excited to start this journey. So I guess let's give context first before we do anything else. What, Elijah, you are 7 years younger than me, right?
Yeah.
7 years age difference. And you were raised more like my younger brother than you were my cousin, right? I would say that that's pretty true. He actually lives with us right now. So yeah, let's see. Recently, Elijah and I got to go fishing. We went with like a brother to me, another one of the guys from the church. And I want to just hear your perspective because a lot happened that day. We really didn't catch any fish, but we collected fish. What was something that stood out to you whenever you saw the storm kind of rolling in and we saw it in the distance and you could start seeing the water droplets come on the water?
It stuck out to me that it's kind of like when a storm's rolling in your life almost, that you can see it coming, you can feel the storm, you know it's coming, but you have to prepare for it. If you see a hurricane coming, are you just going to go out there with no umbrella, nothing? No. You got to be prepared for the storm. You got to work your way through it. You got to have that umbrella ready. And there's light on the other side. No storm lasts forever. You can physically see the storm coming sometimes you can't. But when the storm is coming, you can't just act like it's not there. You gotta prepare yourself for it.
That's really good. And was that your first time actually fishing with like a rod and reel, like casting out?
Yeah.
It was, right?
Yeah.
See, I thought it was. You couldn't tell that it was your first time. You're actually doing pretty good. What was the most difficult part of it to you?
For me, I would say, I don't know what it's called, but like the little metal piece that you have to flip.
The bail.
Yeah, the bail. That whenever I would throw it out, I would forget to put the bail back to actually reel in, and I would just be losing it in the water.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, me all knotted up. Had to cut the line a few times and reset it. I think for me, whenever I first started fishing, the biggest thing that stuck out was the effort that it actually takes, like the way you would actually like to cast. Cause I was so stiff and like I was kind of like scared to like flick it behind my head and really get that flick motion to really get it to like launch. And then for me, that was like something that like it almost like had a fear. Like I thought I was gonna like hook myself in my back or something like that. I don't know why, but I think even in that, right, especially because we just finished discipleship. Elijah was also in my discipleship group. We just finished talking about how there are necessary skills that you need to develop in your life, right? And I think that's the same thing with like fishing. Like before you can actually go and get the fish and kind of get what you're trying to like obtain, there are skills and things that you need to develop before you can expect the results to come. You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything you want to add about that, or maybe a question you want to ask?
Yeah. Well, not really a question. I would say that you definitely have to be prepared because, like along with you said, scared of hooking yourself. Same way with reeling it in. I reeled it in too fast and it was coming at me. It got stuck to my pants. I ducked a little. I was like, I don't want to get hooked. I'm not a fish.
Yeah, that's so true. That's good. And now, what about all the preparation, right? Because before we were able to actually go out and fish, we had to set our lines and do all of the stuff ahead of time. What can you take about life from when it comes to like the preparation process and just getting everything ready to getting in the truck to then going out to the lake?
I would say it's like being prepared for life. That same thing with in ministry. You can't just go to war without being prepared. You have to go through that boot camp. You got to go through the necessary skills to prepare yourself. That you can't just go out there without the line being ready, without the bait, without the hook. You have to have those manageable things to prepare yourself to be able to actually do the right thing.
That's good. That's really good. One of my favorite things that I had to learn about fishing, especially because the first few times I went fishing, I was like spoiled. I got brought to a honey hole and I caught so many fish, and I was like, oh yeah, this is beautiful. And then we started fishing in other spots, and I was like, oh man, this sucks. Because I wasn't catching stuff. And it was like the reminder that it's called fishing, not catching. And I want to talk about how oftentimes we pray to God and we ask God these questions and we present all of these grand things to God, and sometimes we don't get a response. And we want the instant moment, or we want to hear from the Lord. We want our prayers answered immediately, like on our time, our way. But it might not just be the right time, or it might not have been the right place, or maybe it was the way you prepared, or the way you were fishing, the technique you were using. And the same could be true, like we want God to bless what we're not willing to be disciplined to. That was good, right?
Yeah.
How much does discipline play a factor in growing in life, and then how could you parallel it to fishing?
I would say it's just like growing up almost as a kid, that you have to be disciplined for your wrongdoings. You can't just do wrong and nothing. There has to be discipline for your actions. There has to be discipline for the stuff you do. And for fishing, I don't know. I feel that in that waiting process in life, things can be birthed. And in that waiting process, you're pondering, are you going to catch a fish? Is anything going to bite it? Is anything going to happen? But you keep doing it. Eventually, you might not get the biggest fish right away, but you're going to get something.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. The next piece is we were out on the dock and the wind started blowing, the rain started coming, and there was nothing we could do about it. But for moments we kept pausing to try to catch specific fish.
Yeah.
To me, I saw parallels of life, like we stay stuck in cycles because we're unwilling to just stop and recognize what's happening around us, right? Is there any specific moments in your life, or maybe any specific moments that you want to share where you were like, man, like you wish, without, you don't have to go into detail, but that you wish you would have stopped and realized what was actually going on in your life?
For me, I would say it's not taking school as seriously as it needed to be, and goofing off, being a fool, skipping class, whatever it might be. That at the end of the day, you'll never get that education again. You'll never get those skills that you need for life.
That's good. Now, we mentioned that you're a leader at the church. We're believing and trusting in the Lord that He's gonna one day you'll become a pastor, right? What is it about the next generation that makes you so hooked? Like, what is it about the next generation?
I would say that this next generation is very bold compared to other generations. A lot of people would say that this generation doesn't care, that this generation is wild. They do whatever they feel like with no repercussions. And some of it's true, some of it is, but imagine what that could be used for.
Yeah.
And these people are not scared to go out there and say whatever to people. that the amount of lives that can be changed.
So you're saying like taking character or like traits that people already have and turning them into like you mentioned, like people who are not afraid to say whatever, like being able to take that and turn that into like an evangelist or like a missionary where they're going out and they're seeking, or like almost like an apologetics where they're going out and defending the faith.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting. That's a really good, really different way of looking at that.
it's almost taking like a bad habit and turning it into a skill.
So like what the world will determine, or what the world calls like a bad habit, you're saying can be turned for good, like what the word says.
Yeah.
What the enemy meant for evil, the Lord will turn for good.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. And if there was one thing that you wish, or that you want to share, that you wish people would understand from your life, what would it be?
I would say to not judge a book by its cover. It's heard a lot, it's said a lot, but the true meaning of it. That from the outside, people may look all messed up, all dirty. You know, you may not seem the best person, but you never know until you actually know the person.
Yeah.
That even in other circumstances, looks-wise, I may not look like the nicest person. I may not look like a smart kid. I may not be this, but that's not truly true. That only you know yourself. Yeah, definitely.
What would you change?
If I could go back, I definitely would have made different choices. I would have taken things more seriously that I didn't take as serious. And I would say forgiveness. Forgiveness upon people, that nobody's perfect, and I'm not perfect. And
that's good.
If God can forgive me for everything I've done, why can't I forgive other people?
Yeah, that's good. There's an interesting like moment that you kind of just brought up, right? Is because you want to go back and change some things that you've done. But the challenge with that is that you might not be the same person you are at this very moment.
Yeah.
Right? So would it still be worth it?
I would say no. That everything that happens is it's building up your testimony.
Yeah.
Without the stuff you've been through, the storms you went through, everything that you had to face, all that is for a reason. It's all for God's purpose. That He equipped me through those things. He gave me those life skills through the hurt and the pain. He had to break my heart so that He can rebuild it.
That's really good. That is really, really good. And finally, because we want to close it, we want to wrap it all back up to fishing, right? That specific day, how is that symbolic of your life?
For me, I would definitely say that waiting time, that waiting process. If you're gonna get anything to bite it, or if anything's gonna happen, or just even the whole process. That in that waiting process, something can be birthed, something beautiful can happen. That even though I'm waiting, nothing has happened yet, doesn't mean that nothing's ever gonna happen. That I may not get anything the first time, but keep casting out, keep reeling, eventually that thing is gonna come.
That's good. And it kind of goes into like, even if we never see God's hand move, He's still worthy of it all.
Yeah.
Like even if we never catch the fish, He's still worthy of going fishing for.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. I love that a lot. Well, I just want to thank you guys for joining us for these conversations. We look forward to having Elijah on here more so we can converse on other topics, and then you'll see him in some other videos. And we're believing that he's also going to be eventually in one of our missions trip videos, because he's going to join me to Peru.